Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Elizabeth. Here on my channel, we like to embrace the chaos within to help control the chaos that's going on around us. Because if it's happening around you, then there's something going on within you. Otherwise, that's not what you would be saying, my lovely. So, you know the rules of tarot. Take what resonates and leave what does not. If it doesn't apply, then we simply let it fly. Flip it, switch it, stick it. If it's not yours, then don't force it to fit in any kind of way. Okay? So, I went ahead and pulled a few cards. I was just checking, see what's going on. And I'm really drawn to it. So, I decided I'm going to go ahead and record. I don't always record all my readings because sometimes I just, whatever. But this one, do feel others can relate, possibly. So, this may not be for you, and I may not be for you. Well, that's okay. Just saying. So there's something here that we're present day, in the moment. We are finally, okay, so maybe we're just now getting to a place that we're finally in the present, being in the present. And we're gaining some kind of clarity here around possibly something that attracts us. There's something that we have some kind of attraction to. We're at a crossing with it, though. We're trying to figure out if we're going to bring life to it or if we're going to let it fall away. So this is something that would pull on your passion, something that you would have passion for. It's being met with some kind of fiery energy. So basically what I was getting is like, you're going to set something on fire, like quick, fast, and in a hurry. Once the ball gets rolling, your passion is like either going to spark, it's going to ignite, and it's going to be like a major takeoff, or if you decide to let it die out, then you're going to burn it to the ground. There's been some kind of conflict that we've been hiding behind, or we've been trying to mask. And this is going to be showing up in ways that we feel like we don't have any energy, we're procrastinating on things. It's like the more that we hide this or keep this masked, the more tired we become, the more drained we are. And it's because it's draining our very essence, because it's taking a lot out of us, even though it's not right up at the forefront and we're not paying attention to it right at that moment. It is definitely something that is taking its toll on you. And it looks like we're dealing with multiple facets of the self. So these could be different archetypes that we deal with within ourselves. Sometimes they get at odds. They don't agree. And I kind of feel like that's when things start to ramp up, is when we realize that there's something going on here, and we're trying to make sense of it. Okay. There's that. Let's see what else comes out. What else do we need to know? So there's a possibility that you can reconcile the differences in a situation. Like, this could be like there was a conflict. The conflict, that's what we're talking about, right? The conflict within. So we're seeing it on the outside of us. So therefore, that would create conflict within something that we're involved with in the 3D, right? So there's a desire. There's a major desire to reconcile the differences with someone else, but you have to reconcile the differences within yourself in order to do that. But you desire some kind of transformation. So you can't agree to disagree and expect transformation, because obviously you're still not seeing eye to eye. Someone's guarding their heart. So there's something here that's really being protected, and we're guarding it at all costs. We don't want it like tainted. We don't want it. There's the fiery wrath again. And it has to do with the passion, because that falls right below the perpetual desire. So this wrath could be like anger. You could be getting angry because you really desire something and you're at odds with it. But it's not known. And we're trying to clear that up right now, is to figure out what that unknown is. And it's hard to figure out what the unknown is if it's already going through a transformation. So maybe we're transforming it on a subconscious level. This is something that's possibly working in the background that we're not aware of. And that could be why we're not able to resolve the conflict with someone on the outside. Yeah, it has something to do with the past, something from the past. So something in the past could have blocked something that you have this fiery burning sensation, not sensation, but desire, feel, something from way down deep. Hold on, I'm going to sneeze. Okay, so, sorry about that. There's something from our past that keeps coming up. And it's showing itself in the way of some kind of anger, some kind of frustration. We're getting angry and frustrated with it because it's something that we truly desire. However, in order to engage with it or be a part of it or have it a part of our 3D, there's a lot of conflict around it. So we're not able to. And then it creates even further conflict, because at the same time, if you're on the spiritual journey and you're trying to heal yourself and you're trying to work through things, you have to be loyal to yourself. So I'm curious what the opposites is. It's a reconciliation of opposites. So it could be like we're looking at something and we're seeing something from a different point of view now, and we're able to reconcile what we once felt because we're changing our view on it. So therefore we would be able to reconcile where we once was opposing something. And it's something that we really desire, like in the heart, like it really. So something within the heart space could have been an opposition. And we really desire it to close itself out so that we're no longer having to deal with it. It's no longer a blockage, right? Because we do have the guardian or the treasure, so there's something that's blocking it. So you could be at a space now where you're trying to reconcile the opposites within yourself by looking at it or trying to be accepting of something that isn't something that so down deep we're not able to really accept it. It's not resonant with our soul. Our soul is trying to speak to us. It is trying to tell us that this isn't it, and it's coming out in an angry way, right? Fiery wrath. It's coming out very angrily. And that could be keeping us from, that could be what the blockage is. Yeah, so the desire is to transform the situation. And so you probably are trying to accept something that you don't need to be accepted. And that's the reason why it's coming up angrily, or it's coming up, showing up in ways of frustration. It's tiring you. Because when you go from being angry all the time to not being angry so much, and less and less and less, when you do find yourself in the position where you're getting upset about something, it really takes its toll on you, because your body's no longer used to it. You're readjusting, you're recalibrating your body system. And so I feel like that's where the recalibration's coming in. That's the reconciliation of opposites. So now we're actually integrating possibly the anger back into, so that we can use that in a beneficial way. Whereas in the past, it would take control. So there's something that's coming in that we're not quite prepared for. It's going to be made known to us, and it's really going to set us ablaze. And it has to do with something from our past. So the fiery energy, we're going to have to stop, put ourselves back in the present, and understand that the past is something from our past. It's not necessarily what we're finding out or what we're hearing. It's just the past coming back up. There's some kind of internal conflict. There's some kind of conflict that we've been way too loyal to. Way too loyal to. See? Now we have beauty and vanity. So what was once appealing is no longer appealing. And that's what's at the crossing. That's what you're at the crossroads with. So you've undergone some kind of transformation within, on a subconscious level. And your conscious hasn't really made the connection yet. So possibly this is what this is for, so that we can make the connection as to something that we once in the past truly desired. We really wanted it. Now it doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel good. And we're not sure. So we're conflicted. Because something about it isn't nearly as attractive as it once was in the present day, because you're now in the present. Of course, when you're going through the transformation and you're transforming things, the things that we hold dear, or the things that we believe to be part of our lives, will fall away. And that's a shock in itself. So it's a secret, it's something that's hidden. Something that's we find beautiful, but it's really surface level. So merely the thought of it would be something that would be vain, right? So you're at the threshold of being able to either bring something to life or bring something and end it all together. And it's back to the present. We're back to the present day. So let's jump into the tarot. Yeah, I wasn't going to use tarot, but apparently I am. So hold on a second. Okay, so let's get a little bit more. Let's just see if we can get a little more on the baseline. What's being made known that's unknown? That brings out the anger. Because we feel like we're being blocked from achieving something. So there's something to do within our anger. Right. You just have to bear with me while I work through this, okay? Because this is a very difficult energy. What's blocking us from the treasure is this fiery wrath. And the known unknown. So it's possibly something that we don't realize we understand, or we already know. We already know why there's a block there. We already know why it's not progressing forward. Because it's something, it has to do with something from the past. We have to revisit the past in order to figure out what it is that is blocking us now. And that's where the conflict comes in, because we're confused. We're not sure where to start in the past. And it stems from being too loyal to something. Or maybe it wasn't loyal to you. And so now it's creating a blockage to the heart. Oh, we're not allowing an entry into the heart because we're not sure where it stands. And knowing what we know from the past, it didn't meet the standards then. Oh, it was alluring. It was like, it was surface level. So whatever this connection is, I don't know if this is a person or if it's just something within itself. But it's not what it's all cracked up to be. So you're trying to figure out what we're going to do with it in the present day. Are we going to let it fall away, or are we going to let it go with us into the present day? And now we're presently sitting with the energy. Okay. You could be being held back somehow. It looks like you feel like you want to take action, but for some reason you're not allowing yourself to take action towards it. Or you held on to it for too long. You could have held on to it, and you did held on to it. You held on to it, and you finally took action. You took action to move away from it, to be able to get to a calmer place with it, so that you could recollect your energy, recollect your thoughts, recollect your energy as far as it was associated with it. And there's something lacking within it. It's this, whatever's lacking is what's keeping the blockage, and it's causing us to be angry, frustrated with it. The Hangman. And then if we're angry, if we're dealing with frustration and anger, it's going to cloud our judgment. It's not going to let us see all sides of the spectrum, right? 2020 on the clock. So we need to take a step back. Take a step back. You've undergone so much of a transformation as a soul grows, as an individual. I feel like something from your past has come in and wanted to reconnect with you, possibly. But the transformation that you've undergone won't allow it into the heart space. That's what's blocking it. And you're getting frustrated because you don't understand that. You can feel the frustration and the anger that's associated with it. And you're like, why can't I connect to this? This is what I wanted. But that was before you healed yourself or started on the healing journey. So you put a lot of work into healing yourself. It almost is like whatever this is that's you're trying to connect with on the outside of you, the reason why you can't connect with it now, or the connection doesn't seem to be as strong as it once was, is because we're kind of like not allowing ourselves to take in consideration all the hard work that we've done to get to where we are. There's some kind of skill mastery. There's something here we need to master. And it has to do with that fire passion, because you have the Ace of Wands. So it has something to do with our fire energy, the power, the passion, the things that drive us. So you're wanting to obtain a level of emotional fulfillment within everything within your life, with all aspects of the life, with your work, with your home life, your friends, your family, your society, your neighbors, whatever. You're just wanting to all around feel emotionally fulfilled about everything that's going on in your life. And you've committed yourself to that, to really getting to a place where everything is peaceful. You're not having to deal with a bunch of drama, a bunch of bullshit, right? And it looks like something here, something comes in. There's either some kind of communication, or there's somebody that's trying to enter into your hemisphere at a page level. They want to offer you words and nothing more. So there's something here that we're rejecting. So you're needing to see. We're needing to see. Some of it is terrifying. You made a commitment to yourself, and engaging in this is possibly not, so you're committed to unveiling what's hidden. So you're truly trying to find out the truth. You want the truth and nothing but the truth. But yet you're rejecting the unknown. The possibility of it being the opposite of what you want. You don't want this, so you want to be successful, but you're rejecting something that you have emotional attachment to. And you don't know why. You're struggling to see the why. High Priestess. Well, honestly, the reason why you haven't seen the answer yet is because that's one of the beauties of the High Priestess. The High Priestess doesn't always give you the information right when you want it, and it looks like you're wanting an answer to something right now. And the High Priestess says you're not ready for the answer. It's still a secret. And that could be because there's other things at play here. There's other things that have to be worked through before the answer can be revealed. What I mean is, like, let's say that if you come on the answer too soon, it can change. It could change the end result if you were to know before. So it's kind of like we need to let things play out on their own and see where they go. And when it's time for you to know, you'll know. But it's not always meant for us to know exactly where we're going or exactly the end result. So the why is the reason why there's a block. Because we don't understand why it's not resonating with us. We're not understanding why we're getting frustrated with it. We're not understanding why we're not able to connect with it. Why isn't this working? Why? And so we're trying to force, and you can't force it. You can't force the why, and you can't force yourself to be able to connect with it. You're blocking your heart space. You probably don't see that. But your higher self and you have actually getting to a point where you're on the same page. And your higher self is trying to get you to understand that this isn't it. Whatever this is. Whatever it is for you. It can be anything, really. Because whatever this past is, it comes with so much conflict. It comes with its own ship of conflict. And it's like loyal to the conflict. So no matter what you do, it's going to be nothing but conflict when dealing with it. And I feel like in all reality, it's just appealing because it's surface level. It's not something that could ever be felt deeply. And because you've gone through a transformation and you're no longer surface level, that's why it's time to let it go. Because obviously we're not able to bring it to life. We're not able to put any more energy into it. We're not able to engage with it. So we're needing to let it go. And that's what's happened present day. Well, I hope that helped. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. And until we meet again, toodaloo.